Hello, my Economics Global Collective. Let me ask you a question. Do you realize that most Caribbean people believe that the way to build wealth is to leave the Caribbean fully and stay abroad forever? But let me ask you a question. What if the real wealth strategy in this dispensation is something completely different? Have you thought about that? What if, hear me for a moment. What if the smartest Caribbean professionals in the next 10 years would actually be the ones to reposition their knowledge, their capital, and their influence back towards the region? What if that is really the answer? And when I say 10 years, I'm talking about 5 to 10 years, because that's a lot of time. Because right now, let me explain to you, something historic is happening. And do you want to know what that is? And most people are not paying attention. Let's get right into the video. Hello, my Economics Collective. This is Lady Elizabeth, founder of Economics Hub, where we talk about money, mindset, and rebuilding Jamaica and the global Caribbean through the legacy generation over 40. This channel is especially for us, those of us who have spent decades abroad building Western economies, gaining experience, raising families, contributing to industries, while our own regions struggle to capture that same exact brilliance. But let me explain something to you. Something huge is shifting. And if we don't understand the moment that we're in right now, because we are in that moment, we could miss the greatest economic opportunity the Caribbean has ever seen in generations. And it's no joke. Let me give you some talking points. You can sit down and talk with a business partner, you can talk with your family members, but this is very, very serious. You know, the Bible says that there's a time, right? And a season for everything under the sun. A time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to speak up, and a time to be silent. The old strategy, my Economics rebuilders, is leave and survive. Leave and work. And send money back home. For decades, that strategy was very, very simple. Leave the Caribbean, go to America, go to Canada, go to England. And a little bit later on, go to Australia. Work hard, send money home. That's remittances, by the way. Visit from time to time. And some occasionally, and some once in a while. That strategy worked out very well initially, actually. It helped many families to survive and a minimal amount to thrive excellently. But it did not help the region in general, the global Caribbean region, to build sovereign wealth systems at all. Actually, what it did, it extracted the most brilliant minds. Because the reality really, my Economics Global Collective, is this. The Caribbean exported its best minds, its most disciplined workers, most respectable and most educated professionals. That is what economics call brain drain. And we all know that it's been happening and it still continues to happen to this day. But what if we're now entering the season of brain reclaim? Have you thought about that? Have you gone online recently and see how many people are looking to actually come back to Jamaica, come back to Barbados, come back to the Caribbean, whichever Caribbean country that you're in? Point number 2. Those are the questions we need to think about, right? Point number 2. the wealth strategy that nobody's talking about. Here's the wealth strategy that nobody is currently talking about. I really haven't heard it. Maybe you talked about it, but I haven't heard it like publicly or anything. The legacy generation of the Caribbean, those of us who are over the age of 40, now have these three things younger generations do not yet have: experience, network, and capital. Now, some of us have all three, some of us have only two, some of us have only one, but it still can work. And when these three things combine strategically, they create infrastructure power. Not just individual success, economic rebuilding power. Because we are the generation that have the work ethic and the resilience. Which means the question is no longer, how do I escape the Caribbean? The real question right now, in this moment, in this dispensation, my Global Caribbean Collective, is how do we strategically reconnect our economic influence to the Caribbean economy? Point number 3. And the timing, why timing matters now. You know why? We're at a major technological crossroads. Major. And the timing is so critical. Because 3 global forces are currently colliding right now. AI, number 1, AI and digital systems are changing work structure worldwide. Believe it or not, you may not know. It's moving at the speed of light. Number 2, the diaspora, global investors are quietly, I'm telling you, they're secretly buying up land and infrastructure across the Caribbean. They're not playing. Because you know what they're seeing? We're leaving our beautiful islands to go to America and Canada and England to work. We're not even going there to buy up and invest like the way that they do. We're just going there to work to make some money, a little bit of money, and we're doing it slow as a snail. Some of us. Number 3, the diaspora is reaching midlife and almost retirement age with accumulated knowledge and capital and pretty good or decent health. If we don't move, let me just say this, my Global Economics Collective over the age of 40, if we do not move strategically, the Caribbean could become an economy owned by outsiders. We've seen this happen all over the world already. We've seen it happen a lot in Africa. Look at South Africa is a great thing. The 7% of the South African who are whites, they own the majority of the wealth in Africa. Why is that? History of deep colonization and racial inequity. Oh yes, it happens in black dominant country globally. While the diaspora watches from abroad and work their behind off to the ground, exhausted, tired, and most of you are only moving using a one-man machine, a one-man strategy, and you're going to burn out. But here's the good news. If we move wisely, the diaspora can become the economic backbone of rebuilding the global Caribbean region. Point number 4. This is not about emotion, my Global Economics Collective. This is about strategy. Let me be clear. Let me be very, very clear. This is not about emotional nationalism. I don't care about that. This is about economic strategy. The smartest move the legacy generation over 40 can now make is to begin thinking about these 6 things. And I've done deep research on them. Land ownership, digital businesses, micro businesses, right? Infrastructure investment, skill transfer, AI education, and regional collaboration. Those are the 6 things that I research, that I feel that is taking off right now, that you need, all of us over the age of 40, to really focus on. Let me tell you what I have begun focusing on: skills transfer, dealing with land ownership. I've already started the process. Um, Regional collaboration, I have started that as well. Those are the 3 things, and AI. 4 things I'm working on concurrently. Some of them will take a little bit longer than the others. Those who move early will shape the next 10 to 15 years of Caribbean economic development. Those who wait will watch others shape it and have absolutely nothing, or just simply regret they heard it from Lady Elizabeth, the owner of Jamaiconomics Hub. Now, this is exactly though why I created something very important for the Jamaiconomics community, the Global Caribbean, because I have been through a lot. So I had literally had no choice. I was pushed into this, and actually I'm enjoying it, because many of our people understand the problem, but they don't yet understand the strategy. And strategy is what is going to change the future of Jamaica and the global Caribbean at large. Here is my call to action for you. I'm not here to convince you, it's completely up to you. But I know you're going through it, and I know you need a solution. If you are a part of the legacy generation of the Caribbean, living in any Caribbean nation, living in the United States of America, Canada, Australia, or England, this guide was created specifically for you. Inside the guide, we begin outlining a few things: how the diaspora can reposition economically, where some of, not all of the opportunities are emerging, how you can think strategically with your talent and gifts and abilities and experience, contributing to the rebuilding, how 1 million volunteer hours per year can radically shift the Caribbean back into gear. And there's a way to do it. Now, the pre sale is open right now. It's been open since Friday the 6th. And it will only remain at the pre sale price until March 16th. After that, the price will increase. So if this message resonates with you, make sure you grab the Rebuilder's Guide now while the pre sale is active. The link is in the description. And if you're very, very serious about the future of Jamaica and the global Caribbean, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel if you are interested in hearing more about this. Because the legacy generation, which is us over the age of 40, we are about to have some very, very serious conversations. And we're not playing. We're structured, we're disciplined, we're hardworking, and we are indomitable. Now, here is what I'd like for you to do. Put it in the chat for me if you think that as a part of the legacy generation, you're honestly willing to take action and do it now. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. I appreciate you spending this 15 minutes with me, taking your precious time to listen. Something must have ignited inside of you to let you know that the time is now. God bless you. Let's work together. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.